I hope you're fine. Now, today I've had time during the day because it was academic day for my son. And on coming back, I think I have time to do some content here. Now, I'm just urging you, my people, kindly subscribe to my channel, share my videos, and press the notification bell so that in case I post a video, kindly view. I urge you to view my videos just to help me grow and also to enhance my skills in content creation. You know, people learn from your critiques, and possibly I would also want to see how good I am in whatever I'm doing. So now welcome to this YouTube edutainment for us. We are here to talk about Kebaso Morara's case. Now, there is something I do not understand about Kenya actually. And one thing I'm asking, do the fanats for Kebaso will to help him have a secure life that will enable him to achieve the target that all of us want? And I may not mean all of us because all of us is, is subjective. We have people who do not want Morara. Because when you look at the comments, even on the video he posted just the other day indicating how a mall is in his team, some people said, we ungekufa, kwa nini hukukufa? Which are very bad comments anyway. Because if you wish Morara to die, it means you want all of us to die. Morara is one character who is focused. Yeah, so already we established the people who are after Morara. We cannot say they are, they are the only ones, because now Morara becomes an enemy of looters. And looters in Kenya, the percentage of looters is very great, especially politicians. I don't know whether I should trust you. Maybe one day I'll be a politician. And recently I heard somebody saying that youth have to be respectful. But sometimes the desperation you put us through, how do you expect us to be very respectful if some people are missing jobs, they don't have how to survive, It becomes very difficult to stand such. When somebody has plenty, they never know those who don't have. They always say, an angry man is an... Yes? No, a hungry man is an angry man. What did that mean? It means that when somebody is pressed, they can use even foul language. Expect that. And I'll start by showing this video in which, we have the family of Morara expressing a lot of fears about the lives of one of them. The spokesman indicated that Morara was attacked in public and nothing has been done. Now that's my question. Why hasn't something been done? We even had members of parliament, honorable members, shouting, Piga! Yeah, another one saying, Wonde Utamwa, Nairobi. And you know them. Elachi, Kajwang, and who else? Beatrice who? So you know them. So now let's watch this video, and you can actually see how hurt Morara is. I've seen so many other commentators saying the same, but it's not just that he's hurt. You may never know. Sometimes when you are... I was watching when the chairs were flying, the raining chairs, and it was not a good scene. So let's hear what the family will say and proceed with this video.
I'm Moindi, and I'm speaking on behalf of the Morara Kebaso family. This is a family, and I'm speaking on his behalf. We are here to condemn what happened at Bomas of Kenya when the young man Morara was attacked before the media houses, before the glare of government officers, police, fully in uniform, armed to protect every Kenyan, before leaders of parliament, and Kebaso was literally attacked and armed, a peaceful Kenyan who had gone to participate in what we were calling a public participation. And Kebaso had gone there as another Kenyan, as a citizen, to give his views on the participation. Unfortunately, Kebaso was attacked before uniformed officers who ushered him in to the hall, assuring him in that his security was safe.
Ndugu zanguni, and across the world, things are not as they should be. So my question is, if you are a parent and you are a leader, in fact, when you become a leader, I thought you become a mother or father to many people. And if we are human, and you want to claim to be people of integrity with respect and all that, it is high time we honor other people and respect their life. But now if you hire goons and lead to such harm, what are you trying even to tell the nation? What are you trying to train the young children? What are you telling us, that we don't matter? Yeah, because I looked at the video and Morara actually was helpless, struggling with chairs, and he couldn't. Hey, oh my God. Now, the concern is that there is a mall in Morara's team that was doing all this. And I suspect it may not be one. You know, in Kenya, anything is possible. There might be someone, Morara, even who is going with you to events, yet he's there as an informant. This happens. We've watched videos of the American the American investigative team, and we normally find malls there. So don't be surprised that even though you've discovered one mall who has been missing, that is not the only platform to use. You need to be more careful. Now, I still wonder if many Kenyans are supporting Morara, especially those who understand what all this is leading to. Now, what are we doing for him to ensure that he's safe? And the mission he's going on with is still proceeding, because the tests have become so many. Now, I was listening to Ariungi the other day, and he was saying he might be brought down. And what he's doing is God sent. And just like Gen Z came and they spoke, and the opposition took advantage of that. I wish opposition could never have had a chance to grab this opportunity, you know, because they have not helped us. In fact, they have messed everything up. Now, let's see how Morara is sharing about why he was actually attacked. And having revealed the destination was one of the great mistakes, because most times Morara doesn't say where he's going. But this time round, he said he was going, and no wonder that happened, you know. The Embu aspect, he said, the mall remained in the house and the accident happened. The arrest, he said, a call was made from his home, then the CIDs came, and they came direct to his office, regardless of that building having many houses. So, they were even planning to arrest him and blame the fracas that happened at Bomas, only that he left his phone, and the mall informed them was Kuje. So, there's an explanation he was giving on how he was attacked. Maybe let's just listen to that part and see.
Hilo ulipewa kiti. Zikakuja zikiwa mingi. The expectation that we have when we go for public participation is that every person's voice counts, and that nobody is disallowed from coming to public participation. But it seems I was unwelcome to the ODM organized event, and that plans had been made much earlier that I'll be attacked, because by the time I'm being attacked, or that signs of being attacked are showing up, I was actually on my chair seated, raising my hand to speak. It's the public that demanded that I speak, but it was not the wish of the MC, the TJ Kajwang, that I speak. So it's now that I'm, going back into memory to see where I actually got it wrong. And I think there were enough red flags that I should have seen that I did not see. And next time, we fall, we rise, we learn. Because right from, I had announced that I'll go for public participation on my Twitter, on my TikTok, on everywhere. And I'd said my position, that my position is that we impeach both the president and the deputy president. And having made this position known, there are people who are uncomfortable with that position. So by the time I got to Bomas at the entrance, I was blocked by the police from going in. But members of the public, gathered around, and there was a huge crowd, and I was allowed finally to go in. When I went in, the GSU prevented the members of the crowd, and I went to Bomas to the door. I was prevented from entering the door. I went to another door, I was still prevented to go through the other door. I went to the third door, I was still prevented. So when I came back to the first door, and I found a high-ranking officer, and I told her, I'd like to go in. I think she's called Kimani or someone. So she told me I can only go in with one other person. So I think that's where my security was compromised. I don't know whether it was intention on the part of the police to compromise it, but I was only allowed to go in with one person. And other people joined me behind. I sat down. Then I listened to other people give their views. Then when it got to when I want to make my view, I raised my hand. When I raised my hand, the public pointed at me, the whole of Bomas, patia Morara microphone. But TJ Kajwang refused. He instead pointed at me and said, huyu kijana huyu hata haribu mkutano. So I stood up and said, no, sijakuja kuharibu mkutano, nipe microphone, nitoe maoni. And suddenly some people, all right, goons to be particular, came from behind the dais, and they've been identified. Most of them are goons that that work for the Honorable TJ Kajwang. Others work for Honorable Beatrice Alachi, and some of them work for George Aladwa. So they came, and when they came, they didn't come to there was no situation they were coming to calm down. It was not chaos and they are coming to intervene. They came to cause the chaos. They came, started moving tables, picked chairs and started throwing at me. I kept calm and sat down even when chairs were being thrown, but when it got serious, I tried to escape. But the exit towards which I was escaping, I found the door closed. So I was cornered. My bodyguard was injured. He could not defend me anymore. So then I was hit by more than 30 metallic chairs. Some members of the public tried to help me by, putting chairs on me so that every other chair that comes just lands on the other chairs. By the grace of God, some people who were on top held my hand and pulled me up from where I was trapped. And an officer who was brave enough to come in, pick me up, and they took me outside. And outside I was, evacuated from the place. I went to Nairobi Hospital for treatment. But I left the hospital. I went to another hospital when it became public that I was actually at that hospital, because at this time I didn't know what I'm dealing with, and I didn't know how deep the security situation or risk is. So I've been treated. I'm okay. I had head injuries in the back of my head, and I had neck injuries, and one of my legs is also injured.
But they're all tissue injuries. No broken bone.
God is good, and He's still seated on the throne. I'm happy that I'm alive, that I don't have any permanent injury, or I'm not paralyzed. I'm not in a wheelchair.
For having
Actually, I'm back in circulation.
Okay.
Now, how long will we go through such encounters in Kenya?
Give Morara
All right,
the days,
I accept politics everywhere. It's a dirty game, but should we allow this dirty game to continue like this? People cannot even sympathize that Morara's family has suffered 2 strikes, heavy strikes from the government. They still want to destroy even the young generation. Do you think you are better than them? Because from what I can see, these people, even from George, he was fighting for truth. Of course, he had been helped. And this is a man he had respected. The killer, again, testified and was supposed to die, never died. Instead, George Kebaso died. Then John. Then now, Morara is here. And I think this family is God-sent, if I can actually connect one and the other. The only mistake that the people they are serving are not ready to support them. Now, I would wish that we have a situation where now, this time round, we don't allow any harm to meet Morara and make his mission null and void. Not many people are confident to do what Morara is doing. And he said clearly that he would not wish us to just clap for him, but we would wish that as many people as possible join hands in doing the expected. So now, I'm looking at this and I know the projects that Morara has revealed to us, the ghost projects. I know he's playing a very new, intelligent game that many people have failed to play. You know, having that confidence, using resources to do that. And for those of you who are saying he's just fooling people and collecting money, remember, no one is forced to give him money. But the money we are losing through politicians, hey, unless you are one of the looters, no wonder you are defending. Because if you look at the amount of money lost, 45,000, then a sketchy building which is not complete is done. Was it 70 million at some point? Then a road that looks like it was detonated during a bomb event. 40 million or 25 million, and the dam is not ready. You saw the other day how the taps were being launched, and yet there was no water. How absurd such situations are. And they're all over, from our MCS to our MPs, to our governors, to our all that. We have very few, cases of sanity in our leadership. We have very few cases of selfless leaders. And it seems that some Kenyans just want that. And that's why they are very angry at Morara. Now, those goons who are hired, I don't know how much you earn now that you did such a task. Now, this one reminds me of the time when Raila went to, was it Soy? And then his plane was attacked. I don't know whether I can hit that video. I'm just going to check, and if I see, I'm going to share. So, guys, I do not know, but my feeling is it's now up to the task of fanatics to help Morara upscale his security. Because from another video I watched on TikTok, he indicated that he's going to be more careful. He's going to vet all his team, and he's going to conduct contributions across the country so that he can buff up his security. Of course, security is one of the things that is expensive, and it has an irony. The irony of Kenya is that you have to arrange for private security when you are doing such a task. But those who are looting, they are being protected. That is the irony. That is the satire of a nation. I wish it was the other way around, because, of course, when we pay taxes and all that, we deserve security. We are not supposed to have security lost to the dogs. Yeah? So let's hope that everything will be good for him, and let's continue praying, because what can we do? We always say, if you don't know about it, forget about it.
The chopper was pelted with stones by rowdy youth in Cabanez, Uasin Gishu County, after Odinga had just boarded, shattering the screen. The chaos were condemned across the political divide, with the head of Odinga's presidential campaigns, Professor Makau Mutua, calling on the law enforcers to speed up investigations. Deputy President William Ruto has personally apologized to Raila Odinga over the incident, terming it unfortunate and retrogressive.
All members of UDA and our Kenya Kwanza alliance must never engage in any acts of violence. Violence is retrogressive, primitive, and as I said, tears down our democracy. I also take this opportunity to apologize to the Honorable Raila Odinga for what happened to him yesterday. It was really unfortunate, And I hope those who engaged in this exercise regret what they did.
You can be a fan of a certain politician, but that does not give you license to abuse or even cause violence on other candidates. Uko una kura moja kwa mfuko, wenda fuata ule mtu unafuata kwenda pigia kura. Pana sumbua watu wengine.
I'm appealing to politicians not to zone their areas. I've said this time and again that the recipients of these problems will be workers, children, and women. These men will run away.
The responsibility lies with the deputy president. An apology is not enough. He has to go on the ground and calm his supporters, identify the culprit, and assist the police to arrest the culprit. Because the buck stops with the party leader. The party leader is William Samoei Ruto.
Vitendo ya fujo wakati huu wa siasa. We must condemn violence in any form. We must continue condemning the perpetrators of violence, particularly
in Kenya. And unless we are going to have a team to study the psychology behind this and see how to solve it, political intolerance is one of the sickness that people ail from. And when people are mad because they are supporting their own or they are fanatics of a certain politician, anything is possible. So no wonder the goons were ready to attack Morara regardless of what he's doing for the nation. So now I was looking at the young girl. Some people are arguing that she's not a Kale, but her views are just similar to what Morara was to share. So if Morara was to speak, of course, he would have just spoken the same. And in fact, he would maybe have been more composed than this lady. And I saw so many other people saying all of them should go. Now, why are people saying all of them should go? People are looking at the many things that have not been done. So then, let's ask ourselves, why did they target Morara? Are they afraid of him? Yeah, that's my question. They must be afraid of him, because if it is talking the way he had said, he will say all should go. In fact, the lady here said including MPs, yeah, those who are proposing the impeachment. So what was the difference? Let's see that lady and then vet.
Opinion yangu kama Caroline Chemto. Kama Caroline Chemto. Hakuna mwenye anabaki. Hakuna mwenye anabaki. Wewe, MP wakipitisha kwa parliament wanakula. Hakuna mwenye anabaki. Na ikiwezekana, pia MP waende. Hata MP waende. Hata magavana waende. Wametuzoea. Hakuna kutumika tena. Tumechoka. Tumechoka. Mnyonge ashuke. Mnyonge ashuke. Tumechoka.
Yo, you heard her loud and clear. Now, I don't know the difference between Caroline and Morara in this case, because when I look at what she's saying and how she's speaking, she's even more vibrant than Morara. In fact, if such people would meet together with Morara and plus more and more, maybe they would change the nation. So, my question is, when Raila Odinga was attacked and the plane was attacked at Soi, the current President Ruto spoke against it. We heard our COTU chair speaking against it, and so many other leaders, including the police. Now, I wonder what has happened, because no one up to now, apart from the family, have talked against intolerance, against usage of goons. And I don't know what ever happened to the 17, was it 17, who were later arrested for having attacked Raila's plane. Now, what will happen to these goons? Already Morara knows they are under the three leaders. What will happen? So let's wait and see. In this video, I was focused on Kebaso and the problems he went through. But the intimidation is still on. Of course, in this video, he had already indicated they wanted to arrest him. Now they arrested him today and led him to Langata. According to him, they did not aim to take him to Langata, only that his crew followed him very fast. Now, my question is, the mall left, who is leading them this way? Or actually, I was talking of funds that he had gone to collect. Now, on what ground are they arresting him? That he led to the fracas at Bomas. Which is very, very absurd. Absurd of absurdities. Because actually all of us saw what happened, and we cannot blame Kebaso for what happened at Bomas. In fact, we expect them to arrest those who are in charge, and we heard them, we know them. So, I think it's high time that the diversion of attention should stop. It should actually stop. For how long will they do that?